What's up, everybody? It's Inside the Valley. That's Dustin Black. This is William Cockrell. Dustin, may the 4th be with you. I know you're a big Star Wars guy.
I hate Star Wars with
I knew
passion.
you. No, there's no way. You can.
I'm not a fantasy guy. We've already been through this. Like you tried to Lord of the Rings me one episode. Next you're going to Harry Potter me. I'm not a fantasy guy.
If I tiered those, by the way, Lord of the Rings would be first. Gap. Harry Potter, bigger gap, Star Wars.
All I heard was I am a super nerd. That's all I heard.
You know what I heard? I heard you don't know ball because, like, have you at least seen Lord of the Rings?
No, not a second.
Not even attempted.
Nope.
You're a scumbag. That's scumbag behavior. So you don't even participate in May the 4th be with you. You haven't lightsabered anybody today?
No, please don't tell me you have.
Have you seen that video of the guy like practicing lightsaber dueling in like a abandoned like train station?
Yeah, I have.
Yeah, that was me.
Yeah, that's nice.
Yeah, no, that was not me today. That was not me today. I was doing other things. But honestly, given the chance, maybe I grab a lightsaber and duel somebody a time or two. You know, get some aggression out. Mm-hmm. I don't get to hit people like I used to, Dustin, or get hit. I've lost a lot of physical contact. It'd be nice to hit somebody with a lightsaber.
You know who does like to hit people? Braden Wilmes.
Braden Wilmes. Hey, good job pronouncing his name correctly.
Yeah, we had to go over before the podcast.
No, you're not supposed to share that. You don't share that.
Oh, that's outside the valley? Sorry.
That's outside the valley. Yeah, the Valley Rats don't need to know that we didn't know ball for a minute. So Braden Wilmes, not Wilms, not Wilmes, not
Brandon Wilmes.
Not Brandon. Braden Wilmes, which we don't discriminate names here. We've talked about this before, but I got to tell you, this is like one of the most confusing names because I keep wanting to call him Brandon, and I keep wanting to say Wilmes or Wilms, but it's Braden Wilmes. But you know what you cannot miss? You cannot miss this sucker walking into a room. 6'8", 280-pound freshman coming in, and honestly, he's turned some heads at spring camp. I think a lot of people thought he'd come in and be an afterthought this year, and he held up pretty well against a pretty good defensive line during spring ball. So the ceiling is the roof, as Michael Jordan said for this recruit, and I just can't wait to see what he does during fall camp because I think this guy could be somebody that shows out during fall camp and maybe earns himself a travel roster spot. Maybe becomes a guy who can come in and play a little bit if somebody gets hurt. We don't know, but what we do know is this prospect is the first Kansas signee out of Kansas since 2016. Dustin.
Isaiah Simmons.
There we go. Who's the other one?
Xavier Kelly.
Nice. Same class. So we've had good luck last time we went to Kansas, and we are not in Kansas anymore, Braden. Straight out of Lawrence, too. Right out of the Jayhawks' backyards. Did you know his mom went to Clemson?
I did not know that. Maybe I did, but I haven't heard of the story in a long time.
Yeah, his mom went to Clemson. His dad was an all Big 12 baseball player at Kansas. This is like my favorite family. I mean, because you know me, I'm a big Kansas guy, rock chalk, love Lance Leipold. So this family is they're just meant to be. I'm meant to be friends with them. So at some point, Braden, when you watch this and the Wilmeses, when the Wilmesi watch this episode, reach out because we're naturally friends. Lawrence is a great city, by the way. Have you been to Kansas?
I've never been to Kansas. No.
You got to go.
Actually, never mind. I've been to Kansas City, Missouri, not Kansas City, Kansas.
So that's confusing. That there's a Kansas City, Missouri, and an Arkansas City, Kansas. Can they not just figure it out?
Nope. Can
we not?
Midwest
and then George is over there thinking they're in Greece with Athens and Rome. Like, what are we doing? His grandpa was a running back at Columbia, not the bad Columbia, not the one close to hell, but the one at the Ivy League, Columbia. So smart guy. 3-year starter in high school. Again, I don't think people realize how difficult it is to start 2 years in high school, let alone 3, let alone 4, like some of these guys. There's a reason these guys are D1 athletes. But he was all state, I think, 2 years, definitely his last year. Played some basketball. Braden, I got some questions for you. You're 6'8" and you only average 7 rebounds a game. Like, I need some answers. Were you playing against the McDonald's All-Americans? Were you playing against the Kansas University JV squad? Like, what's going on? We got to be better than that in basketball. But he averaged 10 points. But he's a bucket.
Mm-hmm.
We could have used those 10 points in the tournament. Could have used those. I forgot who played in basketball in the tournament.
Yeah.
Who was it? It was Iowa. It was Iowa. We beat out Kansas State, Kansas, Iowa, Wisconsin. So a couple of schools that are good at identifying good offensive line talent.
Yeah, he committed like in the middle of like the night one night. I swear it was like out of nowhere. I woke up one morning and saw that he had committed. I had to like look up and make sure it was real. I didn't know that that was going to happen at all. So I think he's kind of a quiet kid. I don't think he wanted the pageantry of the recruiting, like where you're going to camps and getting courted by all these schools. I think he found a good fit and acted on it. So and stayed committed throughout the whole process. So welcome to Clemson, Braden.
And I know his last name is Wilmes, but you know who doesn't miss? That's Matt Luke. So if Matt Luke identifies his kid, he didn't miss. So it ain't no Wilmes with this guy. And you know what they grow out in the Midwest?
Corn.
Kansas, Iowa. They grow corn, they grow potatoes, and they grow offensive linemen.
Yeah.
That's what they do out in the Midwest. And this guy's no different. So I think you got anything you want to add, Dustin, before we jump into this thing?
No, I mean, I do think that we have the benefit of doing this after spring ball because I'm pretty sure Dabo came out himself and was like, hey, we recruited this kid. He was 6'8", bigger than Braden Jacobs, but we all thought he was going to be a project. And then he gets to campus and he starts playing and participating in practice. And it's like, holy crap, I think this kid might be ready to contribute kind of thing. Like, so I think even like, if you want to say, yeah, we all thought he was gonna be a project, even Dabo said it himself. I mean, full out honesty said, I think that, this kid was probably a couple years away and then he comes to campus and shows out in spring. So I'm excited for this kid. Tackle is really a place where, you feel like you have some guys there, but the more depth you can have at tackle in a long season, as long as they are now, I mean, come on.
And you know what I love about the tackles that Matt Luke is recruiting?
They're large human beings.
Braden Jacobs, 6'7". Yeah. Braden Wilmes. God. Braden Wilmes, 6'8".
Carter Scruggs. All those guys are big.
6'6".
Leo Delaney.
6'7". Leo Delaney, 6'6".
It's a different body type in that room now.
Got some biggins. Let's get started.
And shout out for having a almost 9-minute senior year tape after being committed. Sometimes people just mail it in. They don't even post a senior highlight tape when they're committed.
Yeah, shout out Leo Delaney. I had to go do some piecemealing on that one. That one was fun.
The Firebirds.
6'8", 295 in the Free State. Free State Firebirds. Okay, that's a kind of cool logo. They didn't copy anybody. What's Wando?
The Warriors.
Yeah. Warriors. Why don't you get a real mascot like the Firebirds? Good stance, tall guy. I like his first step. Hey, what am I going to say?
Look how small that guy is, dude.
Yeah, he just got in a car accident. That's how hard that dude just got hit. What am I going to say about his feet, Dustin? Basketball player. I love my offensive lineman that played basketball. I love it. Watch his feet. Car accident.
Yeah.
Let's get you some more now. Don't tackle him. Don't get caught tackling now. Hey, can you spot anybody on defense?
I mean, a bunch of traffic cones out there.
Yeah, I didn't know we were playing against
a bunch of
Sharpie highlighters.
Yeah, well, that's the reflector vest color.
They're playing the Minions. Let's see. Oh, I can spot the D1 athlete. Okay.
Yep.
Hey, you know what? If you can't reach them, take them down to the ground.
Right.
Hey, get to the point too. I like that. That clip goes short. Low pad level. Look at that. You know what's really hard to do as a 6'8" human being? Stay low. And didn't bother Buddy.
Looked a little twitchy there. It's a good first step.
Boom. Good gracious.
Good leg drive. Yeah, that's a good rep.
Is he playing some defensive end right here?
Oh, my gosh. 3 guys. Coach loves it. Coach loves it down there. Having the time of his life.
We got a quiz for you, Dustin. You ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
I'm looking down the line. Where am I not going to run the football? If you're the offensive coordinator,
probably not to the left.
Not towards the D1 athlete that's committed to Clemson. You know what? Let's test them. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, the guard, the tackle, the tight end, the running back, the quarterback, his mama, the booster club, everybody just got knocked off the block. Athlete, side to side, good grip strength. Doesn't celebrate. You're right. He might be a quiet kid. Just does his job. Jacks people up for a living.
You want to talk about hand placement there? Look like good hand placement, Will.
Let's do it. Let's go back and check that out. That's a good catch. That's great hand placement. I don't like how he's shooting up under him, but it's still good hand placement. And you know what he does? He uses those strong arms and leverages him off of them. So now he's got the ground. This guy's on one leg. He's driving his feet. Now, what I don't like on this rep is he becomes a pogo stick at the very end. Don't get on that pogo stick and start hopping to push him. Keep driving that foot into the ground. Generate more power. Right? He still wins the rep. Good job. Oh my. Wait a minute.
You know what we call those things, Will?
What's that?
Dirt bags.
Great. Googly moogly. They still can't win. Let's get outside that tight end. Where we going? Bang! Get your hands on that linebacker. Boom! I like that. Man, I like that. Now, let's be nitpicky again. When you're in Clemson, you're not playing against Farmer John's second cousin who just got through shucking corn, right? So this linebacker that's rotating is going to be a little bit more athletic. He extends his arms a little too quick here. You see there? Mm-hmm. He's already lunging. At college, they're going to shuck his arms down. Yeah, it ain't the cousin's not shucking corn. He's shucking your arms, and you're going into the dirt. So don't hide your hands a little bit longer. They know you're coming to hit them. I don't like seeing them in a 3-point stance every time. I want to see how natural he sits in a 2-point stance.
Yeah.
But
no pass pro reps really either.
Yeah, I haven't seen any pass pro yet, but it's a 45-minute highlight tape, so we might see it at some point. That's how you win. Take him where he wants to go. I threw a flag on that one, though. This definitely looks like we're playing NCAA. Does it not?
Kind of, yeah.
Okay. Watch these feet, Dustin. Not in a weird way.
It's not my thing, Will.
Not mine either, but I just make sure. Love is love. Chopped his feet. Boom.
Yeah.
Get him and win. Good job being patient and waiting. Oh my gosh, I was looking at the wrong side. Oh, false start. He's got himself doing a false start in his highlight tape. What are we doing, Braden? Skip it here. I need to get one of those clickers so I don't have to click on my mouse.
There you go. Yeah, that'd be official.
Oh, it wasn't him. It was the tight end who jumped.
Yeah,
good double team though.
Definitely false started.
Hey, coach is calling it out. They didn't see it though. Okay, 2-point stance. 2-point stance. Get those elbows in a little bit. Coach Caldwell wasn't like that. Pass pro. You don't need to torque them. So, sometimes I hate that these offensive linemen that get so many pancakes, they want to just keep doing that. I don't necessarily like seeing pancakes on pass pro.
Yeah.
If you're torquing somebody to the ground, 3 things could happen. Number 1, maybe a holding penalty. Number 2, you torque him into your guy and you tear his knee up. Number 3, hey, you might get a pancake. 2 of the 3 are bad.
Yeah.
Just win the rep. But I'm not going to ever knock a guy for being physical. He moves very well for someone 6'8".
Sure does.
From the 40 to the 20, 5'8". So he runs a 5 flat at 6'8", 295.
Look at this guy.
I like that on his highlight tape. Second guy
I
to the
love
end
that,
zone.
man. I love that.
Hey, you know what? That's when Dabo offered.
Yeah.
He saw that play, even though they offered him as a junior. But
Either he's already committed in this video.
yeah. But he double offered after that. Jeez, that's some dirtbag right there. All right, 2-point stance again. Let's see. Good job. Okay, he got beat a little bit. He overset to the outside, but he corrects himself. So they're doing a little confusion front. They're going to walk around. They call it stalking. That's a stalk front. All right, the guy. Hey, you know what? A buzzard flies around in a circle, but he stays around the same spot, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we can call these stalk front all we want, but those buzzards aren't going to go very far. They know where they want to go. If you watch those defensive linemen, they're trying to make the offensive linemen scared and think they ain't going anywhere. So his eyes go inside like they're supposed to. He bounces back out because this guy goes in too far. Okay, good job. He tries to set in, doing a little juke move. You played yourself.
Pancake. Yeah.
Great rep. I think he just blocked the whole second level right there. And he plays with such good pad level. That's what I like about this kid. We're getting 6'8" guys that play with good pad level. Oof. We'll get hurt now.
Yeah, he's got a good first step, man.
Very good first step. Very, very purposeful with his steps. Does not play like a 6'8" guy. He plays very athletic. He plays very fluid, very smooth. A lot of times you get these guys who are big and gangly and they don't know how to move their body. He's 6'8", but he knows how to use it.
Yeah, and I think one of the biggest misconceptions with people and like high school offensive linemen is they'll see a guy that's like, like a senior, it's 295, and he's like, oh man, he's gonna have to put on some weight, like a lot of weight to play in college. And it's like, yeah, but body composition is more important than what you actually weigh. You know what I mean?
Correct.
So you get a kid that's a little skinny at 295 to even 285 in some situations, and you can put good weight on him.
Right.
Like it's not like you want to show up 330 and you got to shed bad weight. I'd much rather go the opposite way. I'd much rather show up a little light and then have to put good weight on them rather than, like have to take some weight off. So I think 295, especially if he's not asked to play this year, which maybe he will be, I don't know. But you get him in a year or two, get some good like 15, 20 pounds on that kid of good body weight. I think it's perfect.
And this is weird, but if I want to see weight added to him, I want to see that base.
Yeah,
I want the Megan Trainer.
A little bit more sand in the pants.
I want some more sand in the pants.
Yeah, agreed.
Because his upper body frame is legit.
Yeah,
and you've seen a couple clips of his arms. I mean, the dude's got some powerful arms. At 6'8", you don't see that very often. These long arms, sometimes that's where you get weak because they're so long. But he uses leverage. He uses good technique. He's very twitchy. That was a good idea by you. He is a very twitchy athlete of that size, which again shocks me that he only averaged 10 points and 7 rebounds in basketball. Be that twitchy. I got some questions for you, Braden.
It's Kansas high school basketball, man. It's the best high school basketball in the country, right? I just made that up. I don't know. I just made it up.
Stick with it. I liked it.
Yeah, definitely a tackle, obviously, at his size. So true tackle body, true tackle frame. I think he fits well in what Clemson wants to do in the run game with, the pulling action and getting downhill and stuff like that. So,
yeah.
Not ready to call him a people mover yet. I think I'm reserving that for the special guys in this class, but I think he can get there for sure.
He can be a people mover. Grant Wise is a people mover.
Yeah.
Currently. I love the pad height. Dustin, is there anything else you need to see?
No, man, I swear, is this the last offensive lineman we've done? Have we done them all so far?
We've done them all.
Okay. Every time we've watched like the offensive line guys coming in, I like them better after seeing their senior tape. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like, because I watched Wilmes when he committed, and I was like, okay, like maybe this is just a project guy or whatever. But like, there's a noticeable leap to the senior year. Like, if you go back and watch his junior year, it's maybe his feet aren't as fast. It's similar to Scruggs. Like, I came into it thinking, yeah, he's going to be okay, and then I'm really encouraged by what I saw Wilmes do his senior year. So it's awesome to see. And I like you said a million times, I think Matt Luke knocked it out of the park in this class, and it's gonna be a fun group to watch and see how they grow.
Yeah, and I don't want to make Braden's film review about this year. I don't like the hands right there a little bit, but I mean, gets the job done. He can get some of that stuff fixed. That's very easy to fix. One of the things I don't mind about this year's recruiting class is that we hit so many home runs 2026 class. If we miss some in the 2027 class in the offensive line, I don't care.
Yeah,
I really don't. I think we hit so many home runs in this 2027. This might be the biggest home run because he was supposed to be a project that, he's a tweener. What are we going to do? Like, good roster filler.
Mm-hmm.
He comes out and just shocks everybody. So he could end up being one that we rely on next year. We don't know. So Matt Luke is just killing it in the recruiting game. And that's what he's always done. Why do we expect any different from Matthew Lucas? That is just what he does as an offensive line coach. But he recruits and he develops. And I cannot wait to see what they do with Braden Wilmes. Wilmes.
We're going to get there. We're going to get it.
I don't think there was a film I didn't like out of all the offensive linemen.
Yeah.
You go through them: Carter Scruggs, Chancellor Barclay, Grant Wise, Adam Guthrie. Who am I missing? Leo Delaney.
An offensive line typically has it's pretty hard to know what you hit out of high school. Like, I don't think the hit rate on offensive linemen is super, super high, but they all have the tools, right? Like they all have things that you can point to that you're like, I think this guy's going to be really good or has potential. So
it's super difficult too, because like you said, you get a guy who's 6'7" and 250 pounds, and you're rolling the dice that he's going to fill that frame out. Mm-hmm. Or you get a guy who's 6'7", 315, and you're like, man, he's already ready to play. He's got the body to do it. And then you come in and he's like, oh, he's got piss poor technique. He's not going to be able to play. It's going to take a long time because he's had so many bad habits because he's been bigger than everybody for so long. However, you don't really see that as often now with the technique side of it because we're able to get guys into camp. We're able to see them on the football field in underwear doing the combine and the Under Armour All-American stuff. It's like there's all these different access in terms of recruiting and athleticism and putting tape out there for people to scout and analyze and develop and determine what they need and what they want and what that person can be. So some of these guys who are tweeners, maybe like a Braden Wilmes, maybe that is why it took him a little bit longer to commit. Because it was what, December? He committed in December.
Who?
Braden.
Long time ago. He was
you're right.
He was one of the first, I think.
Yeah, you're right. So this is going to be a guy. I'm super excited to see what he does specifically next year.
Yeah.
Specifically next year. I think he'll be fighting for roster time next year.
I agree.
Dustin, you got some grass facts? What about Kansas? Well, how's that grass out there in Kansas? Some wheat. Is it all golden wheat out there?
Oh, I'm sure it's a lot of bluegrass and stuff like that. I don't know.
Any good golf courses out in Kansas?
Not off the top of my head. I'm not a big Midwest guy. I don't know a lot about out there. So
do you just not like any state? We already know you don't like Virginia, so now you don't like the entire Midwest. Where can we recruit, Dustin? Where can we go to get some recruits?
Georgia. Just recruit everything from Georgia. Georgia and Florida. Georgia, Florida, and Texas. How about that? Georgia, Florida, Texas. What can go wrong? And get your best guys out of South Carolina to Clemson. I'm happy.
Easy. It's easy.
Yeah. Just do that. That's it.
Braden, it was truly a joy to watch your film. I'm extremely excited to see you in orange and purple in the Valley. The Valley Rats, I'm sure, will be excited to see you. Shout out to Valley Rats, by the way. Got us to 400 followers today. 2,000 is our goal. I think we'll get there. Maybe by the UNC game. Yeah, a little lofty. Lofty.
That'd be nice.
Well, that's Dustin B429. I'm William Cockrell, or Walk On Moose on Twitter. Check out all of our other films. We've watched all the offensive lineman film. We've watched all the defensive lineman film. We've watched all the film except for one, Brock Bradley, which will be coming soon. Check us out. Like, subscribe. Go on Spotify. Go on YouTube. Follow us on Twitter. Do all that fun stuff, right, Dustin? I mean, where else can they get us? They can get you at your actual personal site. They can get us on Inside Valley. You can just be a good Valley rat. Yeah. Get your nose in all those things. Get in there, nuzzle up, make a little rat's nest. I mean, what are we doing?
Yeah. I mean, you can like and retweet all you want, but just follow. Just do it.
Just follow. Just do it. Just like Nike. You kind of look like Shia LaBeouf. Can you go? Just do it.
That was out of left field, man. That was unnecessary.
Okay, the podcast.
He's gone off the rails a little bit too, you know.
Well, I hope you enjoyed the last ever episode of Inside the Valley. We will not see you in the next one.
Dude, what happened?
And you better know
what just happened, dude.
I hit leave studio instead of end recording.
I was just sitting there trying to figure out how to end the recording over here on my end.
Welcome
it's still
back.
Recording, by the way.
Yeah, welcome back to the end of the episode. I insulted Dustin and just left. You don't get this anywhere else.
Yeah,
we will see you in the next
behind the valley.
Behind the valley. Oh, God. See ya.